Let me stay with you. In us, can you? Just one night.
Hi friends, welcome back, or welcome if you're new here. I've got a DIY in this video of something I found in the clearance section at home, and I'm going to kind of turn it into something else, make it my own. So here is the candle holder. I guess it's a candle holder or whatever you'd like to put on top of it, but it's pretty sturdy. And it was in the clearance section, I think because of this little chip here. But where I'm gonna put it, that will never show. But I wasn't crazy about the color, but always, when you're going through the clearance, think of, what it could be if you don't like what it is at first. So we're gonna change this. At first I wanted to do like a gray kind of fade into a white, but I'm running very low on our paint. So I'm thinking of maybe doing a beige and a blue. I'm not sure, but I'm gonna try. It's the first time I've ever done this technique that I've been seeing a lot of people do with the baking soda, mix it into the paint to give it like a little texture. So that's what I'm gonna do and see how it goes, how it turns out, and hopefully it'll turn out the way I'm picturing it in my head. Autumn is over here doing a masterpiece on a piece of wood. Looking great.
My water's turning orange.
Your water's turning orange?
Yeah, look.
Yeah, it is.
Like yellow
Lilo
orange.
orange, yeah. Okay, so my original thought was, to do the gray and white, but I didn't have any gray or white paint. Well, I had some gray, but I didn't have white. And so I thought, okay, let's go with this sort of navy blue. But I've had this paint for a long time, and you'll see when I pour it out on the plate, it kind of blobs out, and it also smelled really, really bad. So I'm thinking it's gone bad, or it's just, too thick. So I tried adding some water to it, and I thought maybe I could, thin it up a little bit, but after sitting there and looking at it and the texture and then the smell, I was like, nope, I'm gonna switch. So I decided to go with this wine color. This is the Craft Smart paint in wine, and I do love this color. You definitely have to do like 2 coats of this color to get that deep look. So I thought, well, maybe I'll do this with some silver or some beige, who knows. So I switched up to the wine color. And then I didn't really measure out the baking soda. I realized it does take a lot more than what you think at first. And then as you're mixing it, it'll almost get clumpy. And so then I thought, okay, maybe I've got too much. So I would add a little bit more paint, then a little bit more soda. So it was definitely a major guessing game. But what I kept thinking was too much baking soda ended up being, the right amount, because it looks thinner on the plate and it feels thinner, but once you start painting it on, it definitely thickens up. So I probably ended up adding a little bit too much, but that's how you learn, trial and error. So yeah, I just keep mixing back and forth. Maybe I should have done a little bit more research on the equivalence of the paint versus the baking soda, but it ends up turning out and working out just fine. I used the foam brush. I just thought it went on better on this particular piece. I mean, maybe some people do use a regular brush and that works better, but for me, the foam brush, worked out. Once I finally came to the consistency that I thought was, pretty good, I said, well, I'm just going to go ahead and start. Just put it on there and see how it goes. And like I said, it looked thinner on the plate, but then it went on thicker. So, but it worked out okay. And it dried really cool and had that really neat textured look to it.
Let me stay with you. In us, can you? Just one night. I don't know about you, your life. But tell me, 'cause we still have time. I can't stop looking at you, but do you feel the same, don't you? I think of you every moment. I think of you every moment. I can't stop looking at you, but do you feel the same, don't you? I think of you every moment.
Okay, so after the first coat dried, I really loved the texture, but it still had like a really sort of pinky look, so it definitely needed the second coat. So I went in the second time with just the plain paint only, because I already had the texture I was going for, and I just kind of did one more coat over the whole thing with just the paint by itself, and then that sort of gave me the look of the color that I was going for.
A pair of jeans, a shirt or two. We didn't pack as if we weren't going back. It doesn't matter if it's true. I've got a feeling love will give us what we lack. The world is waiting up. The world is waiting half a step beyond our door. Yeah. And if it's not enough, I wanna see the stuff the world has got in store. I wanna take it all in, I'm falling. The cityscape by night, wanna catch in my photos. Where you go, every corner twice as bright. They'll be my treasures forever. When I can't hold you tight, I'll see the Stockholm lights. The Stockholm lights, the Stockholm lights.
So I finished the red color, and at first I was really liking it, and I thought, man, maybe I just want to leave it red. But I really wanted to do this piece like a two-tone color. So I went in with some silver kind of gray that I had. And my 5-year-old actually suggested, she said, Mom, you should leave the top red and the bottom red. And I thought, I like that idea. I think I'm going to do that. So she wanted to help me paint, so we kind of just painted this middle part. We dabbed on some of the silver, and then I kind of lightened it up a little bit. I did find some it's like a light beige, and so I put that in the silver gray to kind of make two sort of different tones of silver. So I went in with a silver gray first, and then lightened it up with a little bit of that light beige color. I think it was called Parchment. It was the name of it, the color. And then dabbed that on a little bit over the gray. And I really love the way it turned out. It's like super textured and has like 3 different shades. But I still thought it needed something. So I got some of my twine out and some of these brown wooden balls that I had just in the craft room from some other projects. And we tied those on, and then I snipped, made a little knot underneath of them so they'd stay on, and then snipped the twine at the bottom so they would just kind of hang there like a decoration. And this is the way it turned out. I'm super excited about it. And there's a candle, one of the flameless ones at home that's gray and white, and I think it would be perfect on top of this, so I'm hoping to go back and get that. So yeah, it was so much fun to do and really easy. I just love to find items or thrift items and just, change them up, find things on the clearance. But yeah, it was super fun. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you all so much for being here. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Take care and God bless.